All right, this has been a rather special week. I got married this week, which is extremely lovely. We had a beautiful day. We've got another week or so before we have our big popper thing, but we went and did our registry office. So it's been a really nice week, and I managed to have a couple of days off work. And I've worn tons of stuff this week, so lots to talk about, and I shall try to get on with it. I'm going to start with this one because I'd already put the video up with my first impressions of this. But as I said, it was too hot when I actually bought this to wear it, and the temperature has dropped a bit, so I was like, okay, I'm just going to give this a go. This is Oriflame. This is the original Amber Elixir. I have Amber Elixir Crystal, the one in the turquoise bottle, and I absolutely love that perfume. So I tried this one out. Oh, lid's come off. And this one is just too sweet, too much for me. It's not quite up my street. So this is the very cool lid. This is the bottle, very pretty bottle. The reason it's still in the box is because I'm not going to keep it. It's just not my vibe. It's a bit too sweet. It's a bit too powdery. And I just found it a little bit overwhelming generally, which can happen with some amber perfumes if they're also very, very sweet and a bit powdery, you know. And I couldn't really smell the fruits a huge amount in this. And on Fragrantica, a lot of people have got the fruits quite high up, but I didn't really get the fruits on my skin. I got mainly almond, heliotrope, amber, and sandalwood. Oh, a little bit of mandarin orange. So the top notes are mandarin orange, blackcurrant and grapes. Middle notes, almond, heliotrope, peony. Base notes, amber, sandalwood and musk. But what I wanted was more of the grapes and the blackcurrant. Then it just didn't come through for me. So this one's not for me, but it's if you like very sweet almondy perfumes and you like amber perfumes, then this is actually this is really affordable. It's only about £15. It's a 50ml. I think these are eau de toilette. Let me double check. Oh no, it's an eau de parfum. Oh, maybe that's why it's so strong on me. So not for me, but nice if you like that kind of thing. I don't find it like horribly unpleasant. It's just not for me. Okay, so I tried that in the morning on Saturday, and then for the rest of the day I wore this guy. Oh, he's so big I can't quite get him into the top. The Comforter by Lush, which is the one that I think smells like Ribena. Now I actually just got a little a 50ml bottle to decant this into because firstly, I don't really... The aesthetics of the bottles are kind of fun, but like for actual perfume, I'm not really that bothered about it. I know it's supposed to be body spray, but it kind of just goes everywhere in it's got such a powerful sprayer that it basically goes in your face if you try to get it on your neck. So I've got a little 50ml empty bottle to decant some of this into, so that I can just store this one and then I can use the other one. It's a really nice, simple, pretty fragrance, this one. The only notes they list are cassis, bergamot and cypress, but it smells to me like blackcurrant, but like Ribena, so sweet. It does have a bit of bergamot, but it mainly smells like Ribena. The only thing I'd say about this is it definitely, to me, smells like there's some vanilla in the dry down. And I can also smell that kind of slight sweet vanillainess just from here. When you first spray it, you don't get it, but the longer it's been on, I definitely feel like there's something sweet in the base of this that hasn't been listed, because it's definitely not cypress, it's definitely not cassis, and it's definitely not bergamot. So I find that with a lot of Lush things, I can smell things in there that aren't listed, so I don't really know how that happens, but it's 20 quid for 200ml. It's an absolute bargain. If you like If you like the idea of smelling like Ribena, then this is an absolute steal. So I'll put that one over there. So that was Saturday. Sunday, the first half of the day, I wore one that is on my kind of do I like it enough to keep it list. Now you'll notice this is in the box, so that probably gives you the answer already. So this is Rumeur Tuberose by Lanvin, and I think this might be one where I like the bottle more than I like the actual scent. There's nothing wrong with it, it's perfectly nice, it's just I don't like it enough. It's kind of... when I first talked about this one, I described it as like a pink lemonade, and I think that's probably about right, because it's like a sort of rose lemonade, like a Fentimans rose lemonade, but it's not particularly strong. This is another one that's actually not that far off. Maybe that's why I thought to wear this. This doesn't list vanilla, but there is something in the base of this that's, when it dries down, absolutely smells like vanilla to me. And in fact, these don't smell a million miles away from each other, but I find that this one is probably stronger, despite the fact it's a body spray. Now this is supposed to be an eau de parfum. It's really not very strong at all. So the notes in it, there are so many notes for how simple this actually smells. Top notes: lemon, orange, grapefruit, bergamot, pear. Green notes, and then middle notes: rose, magnolia, false jasmine, jasmine, honeysuckle, lily of the valley. Base notes: musk, patchouli and amber. I don't smell any patchouli in this. I don't really get any florals other than a tiny bit of rose. This is mainly lemon, I think. Lemon, bergamot, maybe a tiny bit of pear that gives it a real sweetness. Maybe it's the, I don't know. There's something very sweet. I mean, I know there's amber in the base, and I think that is definitely making this sweet. But there's just something about it that is just a slightly vanilla-y to me for some reason. Maybe that only just comes out on my skin, I'm not sure. But it's very little rose compared to how much there is of like a sweet kind of pink lemonade smell. I do love this bottle. It's a perfectly nice perfume, but having worn it a few times now, I'm just like, I just don't love it. And as I said, I've got so many perfumes now that there's just no point in me keeping things that I don't love. And again, like, this gives me a similar feel to this, in that it's like a kind of nice, sweet, fruity, light smell. That just has like that kind of weird sweetness in the base. I don't know. Yeah, they are, weirdly, they're quite similar, despite not having blackcurrant in. I'm not sure how that's possible, but yeah, I think maybe it's because like pink lemonade generally is made with some kind of berry, you know? So there's just something about this that makes me, yeah, interesting smelling them next to each other, to be honest, because yeah, they're not that dissimilar. So anyway, that one I think I'm going to declutter. Just not mad for it, to be honest. Okay, so I wore that one during the day, and then, yeah. So I made the decision to wear the little SJP NYC again, because I was trying to decide whether I was going to invest in a full bottle, because I just really like Sarah Jessica Parker perfumes, and I did, because I do really like it. So I got 100ml. They're really cheap as well. I mean, I think this was under £15 for 100ml. The bottles are weird, obviously, because I'm sure I don't need to tell you. So it has a cap that you have to like twist to get off, if you can see, and then it's just got a bottle, just a very plain bottle inside. I mean, I am gonna keep it in this, but if it becomes a problem in terms of like space, it's just such a nice strawberry perfume, this one. It's just a very easy to wear, yummy strawberry perfume. And I've said before, it does remind me a little bit of Ralph Love, absolutely does. And what I'd forgotten until I was going through my miniatures, I was kind of making a little list of all the miniatures that I've got. And I've got the original Boom by Jean Arthis, is quite a strawberry forward perfume, and actually also is like a kind of less rich, lighter version of Ralph Love, and therefore a little bit like this as well. So that's also another option if you can't get hold of this, or certainly if you can't get hold of Ralph Love. But this is just so easy to wear. It's so fun, it's so fruity, it's really yummy. It lasts okay. It's not like a massively long lasting one, but it's probably much better than the other SJP NYC ones. So the notes in this: top notes, wild strawberry, Italian mandarin, osmanthus. Middle notes, gardenia, honeysuckle, damask rose and mimosa. Base notes, rum, vanilla, musk and sandalwood. And yeah, it's just, like I said, it's just a very easy wear. It's very, very nice. I really, really like it. So then on Monday to work, I wore this little babe. So I promise I will make my Rive haul at some point before I've worn every single one of the perfumes on what I wore last week. This is Give Me Love. They only seem to do this for some reason in a 30ml. This is an eau de parfum. So this is quite similar to the other one that I got that I absolutely love, called is it called Have Fun? Yeah, Have Fun. In that it's quite tropically and it's got banana in it. But this little guy is it's more pineapple and lime than it is banana, and Have Fun is more banana than it is like pineapple and the other fruits. But they're both really, really nice, and they're both pretty smooth. This one's more kind of tangy, the other one's more creamy and soft. But this is also, it dries down so nicely. And this is the one that when I was talking about wearing Have Fun, I said that I had another one from Rive that smells just like my Harajuku Lovers Wicked Style G, which is the one that I thought of as the kind of pineapple and coconut kind of perfume. And this does smell like that, but it smells better. It smells smoother, it's stronger, it lasts longer, and I just kind of like it a bit more. So that one I will declutter. This one I'm keeping. It's also good because this is nice and small, so you know, I literally just took it in my bag, and I just have a quick sniff. It's very tangy, very pineapple-y, really fruity, really nice, very easy to wear. You could just wear this any time of the year, I'm pretty sure. Like if you like tangy fruity perfumes, any time of the year would be fine. So the top notes in this: lime, pear and coconut. Middle notes: pineapple and banana. Base notes: musk, ambergris and sandalwood. And it's just lovely. It's not woody. It's not massively musky, but I think there's enough musk in there that means this one lasts for a decent amount of time. The banana and the coconut are like making it nice and creamy and a bit smooth, but I think it's pineapple followed by lime for me, and then the pear stops those two things from being too sharp. I'm really impressed with Rive. Even the ones that I don't like, unlike the Biez ones, which I've got a couple of those to talk about because I just wanted to see if it was all of their perfumes are awful, and as far as I can tell, they're awful. They're headache inducing and cheap and horrible. Rive are not that much more expensive than Biez, but like for a dupe house they're really good. This is also a dupe of, it's not Rocking Rio, is it Paradise? Another of the Escada perfumes. Let me just have a look and see if I can find it so I can tell you. Let's see. Today I viewed. Let's find my timeline. I list these on Fragrantica so that I can remember when I talk to you guys about what I've actually been wearing, because I would forget otherwise. So on here, it is compared to the other one I like as well, Have Fun, but it's also compared to the Escada perfumes, the limited edition ones, and they are the 90s ones, so the ones that I'm quite fond of, and they're not massively syrupy. Pacific Paradise, that's what it's called. Oh, and it's compared to J-Lo, is it Live? I'm not sure if it's Live Luxe or Live. Yeah, but it's definitely more tangy, more pineapple-y than Love Dance, which is Rockin' Rio, because that one's quite banana-y. So anyway, I'm really into it. I think it's lovely. Next up, so Tuesday, let's see, where did we get to? Oh yeah, oh, one of my old signatures. This is Brocard. I'm gonna have to move everything over because I've got so many today. This is Tomato Leaf and Blackcurrant. This used to be one of my signatures. I absolutely adore this perfume. It's green, herbal, fruity, sharp but sweet at the same time. It's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. It does not last very long, to the point where I actually have, probably with a little bit less in than this, I have a bottle of this at work. So whenever I wear this to work, I just have that in my drawer next to me at work, so I can spray it all over myself, because I reckon you'd have to put this on every couple of hours, even if you massively overspray it, even on clothes. I love it. I love the smell of this, but it just doesn't last very long, so it's really hard to get. So, but anyway, I did wear it this week. So tomato leaf, blackcurrant, thyme, mint, musk, orange and jasmine are the notes in it. You get a little bit of herbalness from that tomato leaf and the mint. You get lots of blackcurrant, but there's something about this one that's really a little bit sweetened. It's not like horribly sharp or anything. It's just lovely. So I wore that during the day, and then in the evening I went for this one because I just wanted to be a bit more cuddly and a bit more warm and snuggly, and this is very, very musky, this one. So, and obviously by the time I wanted to wear something in the evening, the other one had totally worn off. So this guy. This is Guess Dare, the original one. I absolutely am obsessed with this. Not the original lid, because this is a tester bottle. I love this one to the point where I've already got a backup, because Direct Cosmetics have the testers for about £6 or £7 for a 50ml. I think this is an eau de toilette. Yeah, eau de toilette. This one is not horrific lasting wise, but it's not one of the longest lasting, so you would want to kind of reapply it. That's got this very annoying thing on it. It's absolutely luscious. So this is top notes of kumquat, pear blossom, lemon blossom, middle notes cactus flower, jasmine and wild rose, base notes musk, woody notes and coconut. Again, you don't really get the coconut, you get the kumquat, you get the musk, bit of cactus flower, you definitely get the lemon and pear blossom. I don't get much in the way of rose. I don't really get a huge amount of jasmine, but you can sense it's there. And I don't find this one particularly woody, to be honest. I probably wouldn't like it so much if I did. It's a really unusual fruity musk. It's very, very lovely. I really love Guess Dare. It's just one of my absolute favourites nowadays. And then wedding day. So probably the last time I will ever get to wear this guy. This is the first proper signature scent I ever had. I wore it for about 16 years. This is Labelle's Ricci Liberty Fizz. And I've just been keeping this bottle for special occasions or just to smell it, you know, and obviously having to take quite good care of it, because this was discontinued way over 10 years ago. So I also wanted my husband to just know what I kind of would smell like a lot of the time if it was an option. But if you saw my video about this one, you can get a very similar vibe by wearing Herbe by La Octane. So that's the one I will now wear, you know. But for our registry office wedding day, which is just a little statutory one with a couple of witnesses, this is what I wore with my white dress. So the notes in this is probably why I wanted to wear the Brocard one as well, because it's tomato and blackcurrant. So top notes: tomato leaf, blackcurrant, orange, basil and mint. Middle notes: tomato flower, freesia, magnolia, wisteria. Base notes: tomato, raspberry and fig leaf. And I just adore this perfume. I really do hope that one day they'll bring it back, because everyone who loved it misses it terribly, and it's just so scrumptious. He really liked the smell on me. I think this is just one of those that just works on my skin. And to be honest, that's sort of what I'm doing at the moment. I'm going through and I'm testing stuff, because I think I have some perfumes that I like, but they don't necessarily work wonders on my skin. So I think what I'm trying to do is declutter a bit, so I only keep the things that really meld well with my skin and like smell good on me specifically, rather than just kind of generally smell good. So yeah, that was Wednesday, and then I had Tuesday off to recover. And in the morning, was that one? Wait, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yes. So in the morning, I tried this one. So I'm also going to do a tiny little Avon haul, because I tried some. I bought some from Makeup UK and Notino, so I'll do like a little Avon haul. Now, I think I'm probably not going to buy any more stuff from Avon, because one, they don't last very long. They're not very strong, generally speaking, and also they seem to have a very similar DNA, all of them. This is Caramapple from the Avon collections, and how I feel about this one, I'm still not entirely sure how I feel about this one. So on Fragrantica it says caramel, green apple and lily, but I'm looking at that and thinking I don't think that's the full set of notes. So you will please excuse me while I have a look. By Avon. So the reason I went for this one is because I was like, oh, okay, the reviews of this are kind of nice. It's people have said that it's a very smooth caramel, which like in a soft caramel, you know, so it wasn't like overpowering, not really cloying, and I do agree with that. This is a very soft thing. So it says caramel, green apple, plum and lily on the website that I got it from. They did have it on Notino. Let's have a look and see whether they've got the same notes as well. Description: So this one though is a little bit more tricky to find now for some reason. It might be one that you have to get on. Oh no, yeah, no, okay. So it's apparently got plum in it as well. But you do get like a... The weird thing about this is for some reason this reminds me of Signature by Mont Blanc. I don't know why, because it's supposed to be caramel and apple. But there's just something about the overall profile of this that really reminds me of that. It's quite soft. I don't think it's supposed to be musky, but it's kind of... I quite like it. This one actually works on my skin quite nicely. But it's very subtle. It's like a bit skin scenty. Doesn't have much in the way of projection. It's just... I think this is another one that would be good for bed, you know, because it's not going to last you very long. You can tell there's caramel in there, but it's not a cloying, burnt caramel smell. It's a very gentle, very creamy, soft caramel, more like a caramel pudding than an actual, like, chewy bit of caramel, you know. It's actually very, I mean, it's really pretty. But yeah, it just, the performance is very lacking, and it definitely has a slight DNA of other Avon perfumes, because I tried the honey one from them, and it, like, there is something about that that also smells like this, even though they don't smell the same, if you see what I mean. But yeah, that was an interesting one to try. And I think I will keep hold of it for now and just see how I do, because it might just be one that I want to wear in the evening, like to smell a bit scrummy if I'm cuddling up with my husband. Yeah, because it's definitely tasty. I mean, I'm not going to pretend that it's not tasty, because it is definitely tasty. But yeah, I mean, you can probably get better things in terms of like a sweet perfume if you want to wear it for ages. Oh gosh, I'm running out of space. Always running out of space, aren't I? So I'm really scared I'm going to knock that off, and it's very precious to me, so I'm going to put that there as well. So then on Thursday evening, oh, I must have, oh yes, I wore that in the morning. Thursday evening, oh, okay guys, I'm just obsessed with this perfume. This is an Oriflame. It's an eau de toilette. Oh my goodness. And I am very heartbroken about this, because I'm obsessed with this, but it does not last. It's very, very... It's slightly skin scenty just from the off, but it just doesn't last very long. Either that or I go totally nose blind to it. Also possible. But this is Be Happy from the Feel Good range of Oriflame. I will do a review of this whole set at some point. I really like the bottles. I think they're super cool. You can get these from Notino, and this is maybe like £8 or something. It's such a nice fragrance. It's quite unusual. Top notes: blood orange, bergamot and blackcurrant. Middle notes: magnolia, turmeric and peony. Base notes: musk, sandalwood and vanilla. Now, I get the sandalwood a little bit. Very soft, slightly powdery, creamy. I get the musk a little bit, definitely. That blood orange is the biggest boof when you spray it. And it's not too sharp, despite having bergamot and blackcurrant as well. The vanilla in the base, you don't get vanilla as vanilla, but it sweetens everything up. And you do get a real hit of earthy turmeric. It's so lush. It's like this spicy, aromatic heaven. And that, I love blood orange. And I really am enjoying the turmeric in this. It's so pretty. I absolutely love it, and I love it so much that there's a little part of my brain saying, you know, get a backup, because I don't know how long it will be available, and also, you know, I am going to have to overspray it and respray it every couple of hours. But I actually love it so much that I'd be happy to do that. Now, despite it being blood orange, so it is quite a kind of, I mean, Be Happy, fair enough, but I find it weirdly comforting. I think it's the turmeric. I think the musk and the turmeric and the sandalwood makes it quite a comfortable, comfy, cozy smell. And it's also, you know, quite autumnal, even though it's not heavy. It's a very light autumnal kind of smell. Oh God, I absolutely love this. I absolutely love it. It's so up my street. It's really properly far up my street. So yeah, so that one is definitely staying with me. I really like it. I like I like a few Oriflame perfumes actually. There's a few that I kind of like but I can't wear, and there's some that I just straight up really like. And the ones that I really like I find quite unusual. I've never smelled anything like this before. And to be honest, I've never really smelled... I have smelt things that are a little bit like the Amber Elixir Crystal, but I've never really smelt anything that is a salty perfume with a dry down that's like a sweet coconut rather than like a vanilla, because everything beachy seems to turn into a vanilla perfume on me. But anyway, so I think that's absolutely gorgeous. I really love it. And then on Friday, oh, heaven on earth, I was in a creamy mood. I was in a cozy, sweet and creamy mood. So I wore my Vera Wang Embrace French Lavender and Tuberose. This is such a gorgeous perfume. Honestly, guys, I'm just obsessed with it. I like the whole, except for the green tea one, I like the other 4 Vera Wang Embrace perfumes. The rosebuds and vanilla one is quite nice. I don't kind of love it as much. I don't have a backup of that. The iris and periwinkle one I really like. I am obsessed with the Marigold and Gardenia. That is like basically my signature scent now. I'm obsessed with it. This one, actually, to be honest, almost as obsessed. I don't really wear it when it's like super hot weather because it's very sweet, and I would say this is very sweet in a sugary way. It's called French Lavender and Tuberose, and it's got vanilla in it, but it's very sugary, but it's very light. So it's like you get to wear something sugary in the way that things like Cloud are sugary, but if you're a fusspot like me and you don't like to be overwhelmed by a strong sweetness, it just blends into the skin really well. It's very subtle. Another one you do tend to need to respray, but you smell so lush in this. Well, I do anyway. I mean, I literally can't stop smelling myself when I wear this one. So the top notes, mandarin orange, middle notes, lavender and tuberose, base notes, vanilla and cacao. And that cacao really comes out after you've been wearing it for maybe like 20 minutes, half an hour. It gets more and more like a gentle cocoa powder note to it. Oh, so it's just sweet, it's creamy. For me, the colder it is, the more you get lavender. If it's a bit warmer, so like when I wear this in the winter, it's basically lavender, a sweet creamy lavender and cacao, but it reminds me of a much easier to wear version of Twilight by Lush, which is from their Sleepy range, which is lavender and tonka bean mainly. But that one it's quite a kind of a slightly medicinal lavender, so I don't like wearing that one, but I like spraying it on my bed. So I have a big one of that I spray on my bed because I love the way that dries down on my sheets. And this has that same tonka bean kind of sweetness, even though it's vanilla, but I think the vanilla is just making it creamy. But that cacao is just amazing. And in warmer weather you definitely get a little bit more of the tuberose, but I think the lavender is very much the dominant thing here. So this is so cozy, comfortable, again amazing for bed. But I just, you know, it was kind of sometimes rainy, a little bit grey. I'd had this really exciting week. I was on a bit of a come down because I had to go back to work, and I just love how this smells. I love this one. I do have a backup of this, thank goodness. This one I could never get in a tester bottle, but I wanted it to match my others, so I've got a lid that matches those, and normally I've got a square lid. But I do have a backup of this. I've got 2 backups of the Marigold and Gardenia one. I love these perfumes. They're really lovely. You can only get them in a 30ml. These, I think, yeah, they're eau de toilette. So again, if you want a creamy Embrace perfume, definitely the strongest one is the periwinkle in the iris. That is the one that it lasts longest and is strongest out of like that one and this one, which are the 2 creamy, really creamy sweet ones. But this is my favourite. This is absolutely more of a favourite than that one to me, because I just love that lavender, and I love a cacao note. You will see, because I've got some chocolate lists coming up, and I just love cacao in perfumes. I have a ridiculous amount of them now, but yeah. So anyway, so that was my week, and it was a very lovely week. I've had a beautiful week. In fact, I've had a Be Happy is exactly right. And it's nice because now you'll know now how old my videos are when they come up, because some of them will be saying, you know, my fiance or my partner rather than my husband, because yeah, now I am a married woman. So yeah, so that was my week, and yeah, absolutely delicious. I wonder now, I'm going to be like, oh, has this been out of focus the whole time? I hope not. Anyway, I will be back with another one soon, and I'm kind of on a bit of a It's Britney-bish kind of thing with my videos at the moment. So there's lots more Britney videos coming up because I've tried loads of them, and those videos have been hanging around for ages, and there's a couple of them that I really like and I'm going to be wearing now it's cooled down. So I've made sure I'm getting those up slowly but surely. Yeah, so anyway, thank you for watching.